Stan, I worked so hard cooking in the kitchen all day, and look at these pans.
Gross.
They're disgusting. How am I supposed to get them clean?
Don't worry, Marcia. I'm gonna watch 2 chefs teach me how to clean all the pots and pans. I'll show you. I'm good for it.
Alright guys, today I'm gonna show you how to get the funk off of these pans so that they are sparkling and shiny and new. Check it out. We've got awesome stainless steel, all-clad, incredible pans, and they are glorious and beautiful and shiny until you flip them over. Today I'm gonna show you how to make this look like this. We have found that you can easily get the inside clean, but once you start cooking, you get all this fun, baked on, yucky stuff from heat and cooking and oils, and just all the things kind of start to build up on here, and it gets to be really hard to get it off. And I'm gonna show you the products that we use and different techniques to get this sparkling clean. First, I need a good dark apron because it might get a little messy. Next, get a stack of like funky old towels that you're kind of done with, stained, they've got holes in them. They look kind of grimy like this. So working in professional kitchens, you use a lot of heavy duty cleaning products, and some of them are harsher than others, and they all have their purpose. But in our home, we generally use a lot less toxic ingredients, a lot less chemicals. However, there is a time and a place for things, and if you want to get your pans sparkling, shiny, and clean, there are 2 things that we've found that work the best to get things clean. While we all love Mrs. Meyer's and products like that, there is nothing better to degrease than Dawn dish soap. There is a reason that they use this to get the oil from an oil spill off of animals. It's gentle enough for an animal, but also gets grease off everything. Okay guys, listen up, take note. I have the most secret special ingredient that is going to be life-changing for cleaning all your stainless steel in your kitchen. Every restaurant uses it, every bartender knows it, barkeeper's friend. It's a powder, and it is the best for getting off anything off stainless steel. It's incredible, and it is literally what we all use. However, there is a powder and there is a liquid. Don't waste your time with the liquid. It's pointless. Just get straight to the point and get the powder. Listen, I'm all for natural. Lemon, salt, baking soda, vinegar. There's a lot of really awesome natural cleaners, but when you gotta get some stuff, this is what's up. Let's talk scrub brushes or scrubbies. You can get off most daily use with just an extra green scrubby and a regular old scrubby sponge. We do need something a little stronger though to get that extra gross funk off the bottom. This is an ultra scrubby. This one is just more coarse and gives you even more scrubbing power. It's thicker, it's more heavy duty for pots and pans, and this is starting to be like what we would use in a restaurant. Next up, so we have this guy. Now we're talking steel, folks. This is gonna be the most coarse option, and this is what I like to start with. So think of this as like you're sanding your wooden chair that you just built. You wanna start coarse with like your coarsest, and then work your way down until you have just this beautiful smoothing, fine sandpaper that's just gonna smooth everything out and then clean it all off. I use a similar method with the cleaners. I start off with the most coarse, the one that's gonna give me the most scrubbing power, and then when that's all clean and polished, then I switch to something that's gonna get a little more degreasing and also clean the pots and pans and clean all of the solvent off, because I don't want any of that left over on my pots and pans. I set up a little cleaning station because if I'm gonna do a pan, like one, I'm gonna go through and do my whole cabinet because I have everything out and it's already gonna get gross, so just do them all at once. Gloves. You absolutely need gloves when you're working with things like this because it's abrasive and it will dry out your skin, and it's just use gloves. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the steel wool, or the steel here, I'm gonna get a little water in it. I'm gonna just kind of get some water on here, and I'm gonna start shaking some of this on and kind of making like a little bit of a paste. I want it kind of thick, and I just wanna kind of get it all around. I kind of want it thick. And then I just let it sit sometimes. I just kind of let it scrub it in a little. Let it sit for a few minutes, and that can kind of give it a chance to start breaking up some of the gunk that's on there, so it's a little less scrubbing time for my guns. Okay, I let this sit for just about a minute, and now I'm just gonna go in and start kind of scrubbing. Ooh, I should've just done half the time. I'm gonna show you guys where we're at so far, just with the half side that I did. Look at how shiny it already is. It's like, but this is the funk that you wanna get off, so we'll put that back in the water. But check out, this is what was started with all over the whole pan. Just a few little scrubs, no effort really at all, and it's already coming off and getting shiny and sparkly. This is where we started all over the pan, and now it's becoming very shiny and clean. Now it's almost the same on all sides, and it looks brand spanking new. It's amazing. And you can keep going in, getting all the nooks and crannies off everything, anywhere you see any like funky little spots on it. And you can just keep using the same method until you get all of it off. And you can also switch out to a smaller one. Something like this, it's a little more flexible just to get in those cracks if you want. But really, this is your best option. The Barkeeper's Friend does all the work for you, and you hardly have to do anything. Then I would follow it up by rinsing the pan, and I would use a little bit of the Dawn dish soap and just go all around it to get any last little grease or any of the actual Barkeeper's Friend product off of it, because you don't want any of that powder left on. And that's it. Then you could just wash and sanitize however you want after that. I'm gonna do a little bit more detail on this pan before I move on to the pot, which is really the funkiest one we have right now. So we've really invested into some really good all-clad stainless steel pots and pans here, and we really use them hard because we cook professionally. That being said, we also need to take really good care of them, and so doing this whole method is awesome at the end of every week or two of our work week. So I'm gonna do a half clean so you can see the difference between the two. I'm getting the workout. Whew. This little rim, man. That's what happens when you don't clean it for a while. This little edge builds up. So you can really see the difference of the two sides, and honestly, it wasn't that much effort. The one thing I would recommend is we do really heavy use with our pans, and if we don't do this every week and we slack off a little, this little ring around is the hardest part to get off. It's just baked on, using on that high heat burners, and it really is a lot harder to get off, and it takes a little more muscle. But if I was doing it every week, that buildup wouldn't happen, and it would just be so easy to clean this. If you're using the same method at home, you probably only will need to do this maybe once a month, and it will not be very hard at all because you won't have, you know, it's heavy to use. So this stuff is really great. I'm gonna finish cleaning these, and we'll show you all of our pots and pans at the end. I'm just using the soap to get all of the other cleaner off. Smells good. This thing is clean. Woo! Oh my gosh, Stan, they're sparkling. I can see my reflection in them.
See, I told you, Marcia. Two chefs know all the tricks.
Bleh. Anytime, guys. Glad I could help. Hope we helped you too. What do you want me to do?